Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most talked about comebacks in the automotive world, the 2026 Volkswagen Beetle. Yes, it's back, and it's not what you're expecting. This isn't just a retro nod or a modern facelift. What Volkswagen has done with this new generation of the Beetle is nothing short of a reinvention. Whether you're a nostalgic fan of the classic shape or someone looking for a future-forward compact, there's a lot to unpack in this car. Let's start by just taking it in visually. Right from the front, the 2026 Beetle makes a bold first impression. The iconic round headlamps are still there, but now they're integrated with ultra-slim LED matrix lights that give it a futuristic gaze. The nose is clean, minimalistic, and the new illuminated Volkswagen logo sits proudly at the center. The hood line is slightly more aggressive than the older models, giving it a sportier posture, while still maintaining the soft, rounded edges that make a Beetle a Beetle. Moving around to the side, you'll notice the proportions have subtly changed. The wheelbase is longer, giving the car a more grounded and athletic stance. The door lines are clean, with flush handles that pop out as you approach, a touch you usually expect on more premium vehicles. The arches are slightly flared, housing either 18 or optional 20-inch aerodynamic alloy wheels, depending on the trim. The silhouette still curves back in that unmistakable bubble shape, but it now looks like it was sculpted by the wind, not a cartoonist. There's a sense of motion even when it's parked. Around the back, the transformation continues. The rear is cleaner than ever, with a continuous light bar that spans the width of the vehicle, connecting the tail lamps in a seamless red strip. The new Beetle badge is centered just below the Volkswagen logo, and the rear bumper has been smoothed out to accommodate a diffuser-like lower section, hinting at its electric drivetrain. Yes, this Beetle is fully electric. There's no exhaust, of course, and no need for it. Now, stepping inside, this is where the Beetle truly surprises. Volkswagen has reimagined the cabin with a minimalist but inviting design language. It's not trying to replicate the past. It's aiming for tomorrow. There's a floating 15-inch central touchscreen paired with a sleek digital instrument cluster. The dashboard features soft-touch materials with customizable LED ambient lighting running along the edge, which glows subtly depending on your drive mode. The classic flower vase is gone, but in its place is something far more functional, a modular dashboard insert that can be customized with storage, wireless chargers, or even a portable Bluetooth speaker, depending on the package. Seating is supportive and covered in sustainable eco-leather or a new recycled textile blend, depending on your trim level. Heated and ventilated front seats come standard, and rear legroom is surprisingly generous thanks to the new MEB platform it's built on, the same used by the ID.3 and ID.4. Storage space in the rear hatch is decent, not class-leading, but functional for a small EV. The rear seats fold flat, making it practical for urban adventurers and minimalists alike. You also get a small front trunk, or frunk, just enough for cables and small bags. Now let's talk performance, because this Beetle is not just about looks and nostalgia, it moves. The Beetle comes with a 52 kWh battery pack and a single motor producing around 201 horsepower, which gives it a 0 to 60 time of about 7.5 seconds. But if you opt for the dual-motor AWD version, branded the Beetle GTX, you're getting a performance punch with 295 horsepower and a 0 to 60 time in the mid-5s. That's hot hatch territory, all in a Beetle shell. The range varies depending on configuration. The single-motor version gives you around 260 miles of real-world range, while the dual-motor slightly reduces that to about 230 miles due to the extra power draw. Fast charging is solid, with up to 170 kilowatts peak DC charging speeds, which means 10 to 80% in just under 30 minutes if you can find the right charger. Driving feel is smooth, confident, and surprisingly playful. The center of gravity is low, thanks to the underfloor battery pack, and steering is responsive without being overly sporty. It's not trying to be a GTI, but it definitely doesn't feel sluggish. In the city, it's nimble. On the highway, it's quiet and composed. And on twisty roads, it holds its own with more poise than you'd expect. Let's get into pricing. Volkswagen has positioned the 2026 Beetle in an interesting spot. The base version starts at around $32,000 before incentives, which is competitive for a compact EV with this level of design and tech. The mid-tier trim, with upgraded wheels, interior, and a panoramic roof, will cost you around $37,000. And if you're going for the GTX performance model, you're looking at closer to $44,000 fully equipped. That puts it squarely in competition with other compact EVs like the Mini Electric, Hyundai Kona EV, and even the Tesla Model 3's base trims. Now, who is this car for? If you're someone who values design, heritage, and electric efficiency, all wrapped in a car that stands out in a sea of lookalike crossovers, the Beetle offers a really compelling choice. It's not trying to be the cheapest EV, and it's not pretending to be a performance icon either. It's aiming for the emotional connection, for people who want something fun, practical, stylish, and sustainable. If I had to make a suggestion, I'd say the mid-trim is probably the sweet spot. You get the extended range, great interior features, and enough style to turn heads without needing to spend on the GTX unless you really want the extra power. Also, if you're considering city driving most of the time, the base version will do just fine. It's peppy, efficient, and a breeze to park. So, what's the verdict on the 2026 Volkswagen Beetle? It's more than just a retro reboot. It's a full-on evolution, a symbol of how legacy design can blend with modern EV technology without losing its soul. Volkswagen has clearly put thought into every detail, from aesthetics to sustainability to the actual driving experience. Whether it becomes a new cult classic or just a unique urban companion, this Beetle proves it still has the legs to crawl, and now, glide, into the future. Thanks for watching today's review. If you enjoyed this breakdown of the new Beetle, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more detailed car reviews, and drop a comment below. Would you consider driving an electric Beetle? Until next time, drive safe, stay curious, and I'll see you in the next one.